Hey guys, it's Austin from Second Life Sneakers. I'm going to do another video today. Today's video is going to be about barge cement, viscosity specifically in barge cement, and why that's important to your sole swaps. So as you all know, barge cement's super sick. This is like the weapon of choice for everyone who's doing sole swaps. It works pretty well, but over time, as you use the can, the like the small amount left in the can can start to kind of gum up a little bit. So it'll lose that viscosity. I'm gonna open up both of them in a second and give you a closer look so that you can see what I mean by that. And then I'm going to show you a way that you can alleviate that. The best thing to do is always to buy a new can, obviously. But if you can't do that for whatever reason and you have to make what you have on hand work, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we've got our two cans. This is the newer can, this is the old can. This one looks older, but that's just because I cleaned the top off of that one. So we're gonna open this one up and then I'll pull the brush out so you can see what I mean. And it's flowing pretty smoothly. It's nice and liquid. If you dunk the brush in and take it back out, you'll see it again. And so that viscosity is important because barge works like kind of like a film when you're laying it on. Like you want it as even as possible, and then it's gonna dry up a bit, and it's gonna create this film, and then you heat it when it's in that film state, and then you press the two sides together firmly to bond it. And you need that evenness. Like if you got lumps, if you've got missing areas in the film because you weren't able to get it completely covered, that creates weak spots in your bond, which obviously you don't want. So this is a much older can. This can's probably like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months old, and I've used almost all of it. And you see how it's not really flowing. Kind of is, but that's where you can really see it, like where it's sticking there. And so we want that to be a little more fluid. So we're gonna use acetone. They do make specific thinners for this, but I think acetone's probably gonna work for this. You wanna be careful how much you use because it could potentially weaken your glue if you put too much in. But it is an ingredient in the can. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, ingredients at the bottom. You see acetone is one of the 4 ingredients in the can. So should be safe to add a little bit more to try to get that viscosity back. But we'll go ahead and crack this one open, and then I'm gonna put the camera down for a second so that I can open up the acetone, and then we'll pour a little bit in and get it going. Okay, so I've got that set back up now. Let's open this up. Has this really difficult top to open, so I usually have to kind of like jam a key underneath it and then flip up like that. Be really careful with acetone. It's flammable. Not good to make contact with your skin or to inhale in any way. Okay. Got a good little bit in there. I'm gonna close the top up. Swirl it around. I'm gonna take this and sludge everything to the side. Mix it all together. make sure that you mix this very thoroughly. You don't want to hit like a pocket of acetone when you're trying to make glue. Make sure that's blended together. I can feel it starting to blend now. I can feel it kind of thickening up to the consistency that I want. It's important that you don't take a breath if you ever put your face that close to the can. You'll catch a whiff that you're not trying to catch. Okay, I think I've got it mixed together. We'll go ahead and do another close-up so that we can test the difference. I'm not even gonna stop filming, we're just gonna one-shot that. Alright, so let's loosen that up. Head over here and loosen that up. We're gonna close this so this doesn't spill anywhere. Okay. Hang on. See if we can get the camera to focus. Try to get some glue on the brush. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it is starting to drip again. So again, not perfect, but definitely not quite the consistency that it was before. It's a little more malleable and a little easier to work with. We'll do a strength test in a minute. The best thing to do, like I said before, is just to buy a new can if you can. But if not, there is this. And you can extend the life of your glue a little bit this way. So I'm gonna stop the camera for a second. We'll find something that we can glue together to try to stress test it, and then we'll do that part of the video. Okay, so this is what I picked to stress test. It's just 2 microfiber towels, really cheap. We're gonna take a little bit of glue from the can, put it on corner here, and then we're gonna do the same thing with another corner, and I'm just gonna try to bond these 2 together and see what we get. Hang on, might not be filming that from the best angle, but yeah, it looks pretty easy to work with, so I think we definitely made some progress in getting it restoring the glue, but we'll see in a second. We're gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and heat and bond it together, and then we'll try to pull it apart 5 minutes after that, maybe 10 minutes. So let's see what happens. So I ended up messing up and filming the last part of the video and doing part of it off camera, but I'll explain what I did. Basically all I did was just put some of the barge on both pieces of these microfiber cloths, just a couple cheap microfibers, and then went ahead and heated it, pressed it, and then let it sit for a couple minutes. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to gauge the strength of the barge that we tried to revitalize, that we poured the acetone in. And so we're gonna try to pull these apart and see what happens. I'm putting gradually more and more stress on. Still holding. Okay, it does look like it's giving a little bit. Still hasn't given up yet. So I'm putting more and more pressure on as we're going. Now I'm having to pull a little bit and put some force in. And I can see the bond is not as ideally strong as I'd want, but we're also pulling this apart just 5 minutes after sealing it, and you're supposed to give it like a day. And I don't know, I want to go ahead and film this, so we're gonna head, well, that's a good sign actually. The towel ripped before the bond broke. Maybe not a good sign for the strength of the towel, but definitely means that the bond is still has some strength. Damn. Okay, so I was able to pull it apart, but we just sealed it 5 minutes ago, and it ripped the towels to pull them apart. So I'm not even sure if the bond completely broke there or the towel just ripped at the point that it was holding together. But I would say it still has a pretty good amount of strength left, as you can see there. Like, I had to pull pretty hard to get those apart. And like I said, you're supposed to give something like 24 hours. That's what it says on the can. To thoroughly dry before putting that kind of stress on it. We gave it like 5 minutes maybe. And it still held up pretty good. So there you have it. It does work to some extent. You can loosen your glue up a little bit, get that viscosity back without weakening the glue to the point that it can't be used. Obviously, you want to use the freshest supplies that you can, but when that's not possible, there's always tricks like this to help in a pinch. So I hope this was helpful. Hope this is useful information. I'm gonna keep them coming. I'll have another one tomorrow. Not sure what it's gonna be yet, but we'll see. But go ahead and like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I'll keep putting more out, and I'll keep building up the workshop and showing y'all behind the scenes what goes into these restorations. So thank you for watching, and see you again soon.